The global banking collapse is getting much worse, with possibly more than 190 banks could be facing the same fate as Silicon Valley Bank, which has went underwater. So I have an absolutely huge update for you guys to keep you fully informed about what is happening, what is the emergencies happening in the economy right now. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about the Federal Reserve as well. What moves are they doing to try and prop up this failing system, and a lot more. So make sure to hit the thumbs up button, stick around to the end of the video to make sure you're getting all the updates. And let's get straight into this video. So close to 190 banks could be facing the Silicon Valley Bank fate, according to a new study that has been released. And that is absolutely crazy, unprecedented to see in times like this. So this is one of the biggest banking failures we've seen in recent times. And it says right here, on the heels of Silicon Valley Bank's collapse earlier this month, 186 banks are at risk of failure, even if only half of their depositors decided to withdraw their funds, a new study has found. And I want to highlight right here, only half of the depositors decide to withdraw. So you guys may be aware that, banks are supposed to be liquid. They're supposed to be holding your money. But right now, something is going wrong in the global banking system because, if people, just 50% of customers withdraw their money, it can actually cause the bank to collapse. So people are scratching their head right now. Why is this happening? How is this allowed to happen? And it's another risk factor people just need to be aware of right now. And you guys also may be aware that the Federal Reserve has been aggressively hiking interest rates. They've actually taken some very special actions we're going to talk about soon. But we have a big event happening in 2 days as well. And right now, potentially, there's going to be a 25 basis point interest rate hike. That is the big speculation out there. And what is happening is a lot of pressure is going on to these fragile banks, and a lot of them just cannot cope with the heat of the economy. There is just too much debt. And if we actually bring up the US national debt clock, you can see right here, 31 trillion and counting. That is 627 billion, 814 million, 290, and it's just went up. I just can't even count how much this is climbing. And this is one of the elephants in the room with the US economy. So you are going to see big headlines like these on CNBC, but you have to also understand the US right now, the whole government is under debt. The whole country is under debt. The debt is piling up and interest rates are going up. And things are beginning to slide significantly as well. Massive update you need to be aware of is the Saudi National Bank has lost over 1 billion on Credit Suisse investment, and that's with a B. So that's $1,000 million the Saudi National Bank has lost on this investment. And it goes to show you some of the risk involved and what people can potentially lose in the market. So big groups, Saudi National Bank has confirmed it has lost around 80% of its investment in Credit Suisse, and the share price is absolutely plummeting right now. And this is really big news, and it's actually a wake-up call to those countries out there that have lots and lots of money. So they have big national sovereign wealth funds, and potentially not all money is easy, not all money is free, and it's sometimes a bit difficult to make returns, especially if you miscalculate like this right now. So Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, absolutely taking some huge losses in the markets, and this is just another factor to watch out for as this banking collapse kind of continues in the market. On top of that, the Federal Reserve is also taking unprecedented action to try and combat a lot of the uncertainty. But you guys know there is a ton of uncertainty, and people have uncertainty for the right reasons, because these banks, these 190 banks, if you take out 50% of the money, and the bank potentially can collapse and lose your life savings. Why wouldn't you be worried about that? That's actually a very logical thing to be worried about, a bank that can collapse, according to this study. So that makes a lot of sense. And so what's happening right now is the Federal Reserve is taking special action like we haven't seen before. And it says here the Bank of Canada, the Bank of England, the Bank of Japan, the European Central Bank, the Federal Reserve, and the Swiss National Bank are today announcing a coordinated action to enhance the provision of liquidity via the standing US dollar liquidity swap line arrangements to improve the swap line effectiveness in providing US dollar funding. The central banks currently offering US dollar operations have agreed to increase the frequency of 7-day maturity operations from weekly to daily. And that's going to kick off soon. And again, what is this a signal? So this is another signal that the official Fed You know, they're resorting to these special tools, these special powers, because of just how unstable the system is right now. On top of that, the next big thing you need to be watching out for in the market right now is going to be the Fed meeting. This is happening on March the 21st to 22nd, which is tomorrow and the next day. And, you know, one of the big things that people are saying is, you know, 25 basis points is the increase. But, you know, will that cause more straws on the back of the camel? Will that cause the camel to collapse? And the Fed's panicking because if the whole system falls over, you know, it's going to cause absolute calamity. There's going to be a collapse. And that's something they definitely want to avoid. And so there is a lot of pressure on them to increase interest rates by 25 basis points. But whether that's going to happen or not, we don't know. Because there is just so much pressure on the financial system right now. And the Fed, you know, they're going to be in the hot seat about whether this is going to fall over or not. So this is a really big update. And if you guys enjoyed this update, hit the thumbs up button on this video. Drop a comment down below what you guys think of this video. And very, very big escalation to watch out for. But emergency update right there. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.